Hi everyone, and welcome to week 1 of Social Work 630. I would like to go over the coursework for this week so that everyone has a good understanding of what is expected. Here you'll see the learning resources. Let me just click on that. So the learning resource is where basically all of your required readings will be shown. As described in my syllabus overview, you will have the required readings plus additional videos and articles. So you'll find those videos and articles here. For week 1, you have 3 additional articles and 2 videos. Pay close attention to the self-care and boundary setting video, as one of your discussions will be based on this. The second video is lengthy but very informative to a variety of aspects of social work practice. However, as you see here, the full video is not required, and you can find the required sections right here. So now that brings us to the work for week 1. As you see here, there are 2 discussions and the plagiarism refresher quiz. So these 3 things are what is required for week 1. So let's talk about the clinical social work focus discussion first. For this discussion, you are required to make both a written post and a video introduction. There is a link here for directions on how to create a video. This video will help both your classmates and myself understand your experience in the field, as well as your goals as a social worker. It just helps us all to get to know each other better, as throughout the weeks you will be having a lot of discussion with each other. I am also very excited to get to know your experiences thus far in the field. It'll really help me to better understand where you are within your education, so I know kind of some areas to focus on. In terms of the written post, I want you to really focus on how the readings for the week have informed your practice. You'll find that the readings are very theory heavy instead of intervention heavy. But understanding theory as well as how social work practice has progressed will really bring your work with clients to a new level. Some things I'd like you to focus on is the impact of the therapeutic relationship, as well as the theory of ego psychology, which is really you'll see within the readings is really central to those readings. Some of the ways that I know understanding theory informs practice is that it helps you to truly conceptualize and understand the client that's sitting in front of you, rather than having excessive focus on quote unquote fixing their presenting issue. In addition, you'll find within your practice how important the therapeutic relationship is in working towards change. Being able to be present, empathic, and seeking understanding of your client can help empower them towards change. Here you will find the grading rubric. One thing I want to point out is just to remember to use appropriate citations when referencing readings. Again, I mentioned it in the syllabus video, just pay close attention to the rubric because I'll be using that very specifically for grading. The second discussion post is based solely on the first video and learning resources, which focuses on self-care and boundaries. Specifically, the video touches on boundary issues related to technology, which is a relatively newer issue that we face within practice. In this discussion, share a time when you were challenged with boundary setting or needed to keep an awareness of self-care. Describe how the content in the video has informed you for the future as well. I am sure many of you have had an experience such as this within your work, but if you have not, you can describe a time in which you experienced this personally, or even how you could expect this to impact your work in the future. Boundary setting and self-care is very important within practice and at times difficult to be aware of. Most of us get into the field of social work because we care greatly about others, and this quality that we have can at times make it very difficult to focus on self-care, and because we can get excessively into meeting the needs of others over our own, just because that's our nature. Boundaries and self-care are not only important to ourselves, but important to the therapeutic relationship and important to promoting change in our clients. So that's important to keep an awareness of. Some things to consider as you get into practice that I have found relevant is your presence on social media. Our clients are very curious about us, and they will absolutely look you up on social media. So one of my experiences early in my practice, I had a client mention in a session the town that I live in. I knew I had not disclosed this in my sessions with her, and later realized she probably looked me up on social media. In this particular circumstance, it was not too problematic, but I quickly began to realize how it could impact my ability to maintain privacy and my own self-care. I started to question things like, what if a client tries to contact me through social media? What do I do then? Or, even more fearful thoughts of what if somebody's angry at me and finds my address, and kind of worry about safety for myself and my family. But there are many possibilities of negative impacts that it could have had, as well as negative impacts on the work with the client. So from here, I made sure to stay very vigilant on privacy settings on social media, disguise my name, etc. I also began to have some conversations and initial appointments about appropriate ways to contact me and what to do when they need immediate assistance. So I am excited to hear some of your experiences, as this is a very important thing to consider within your practice and an issue that will come up for all of us repeatedly. So also don't forget to consider the rubric and respond to at least one classmate in both discussions. The initial post is due by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday. The response posts are due by 11:59 on Sunday. And please reach out with any questions and stay tuned for my week 2 video next week. Thank you.